Hello again, BookTube. My name is Daniel. Welcome back to my channel, Guilty Feet, God Save the Queen, London edition. And this is part 2 of BookTube's biggest ever book haul. I should say, in addition to all the books that I've had sent to me, there are some non-book items that we had delivered over here. That was terrible. So, for example, I got a brand new pair of Crocs. That's exciting. Nicki Minaj says they're in, so bite me. And my wife and daughter got some things delivered, and I don't want to pry, but I'm wondering, should I be jealous that my wife seems to have a rather hefty parcel from some chap called Kurt Geiger, while my daughter seems to be stalked with an unfeasibly large delivery from a chap called Ted Baker. So as soon as I track down who those fellows are and why they're sending stuff to my wife and daughter, I will let you know. But in the meantime, let us press on with this book haul. I reckon this part 2, I don't know what part we're going to get up to, but we'll do another 30 minutes and then see what happens when I start to upload these. So moving on, this is just, sorry again, my mum's home dress. This is just really packaged in a way that's designed to defeat anyone ever getting into it. Scissors, has that helped? Can I just get into it there? I think it's another graphic novel. Oh, okay, this is a good one, yeah. I don't know, this is a good one, I'll let you know, but that's the recycling. This was Oblivion Song, issues 1 to 6. It's a trade paperback collected edition of Robert Kirkman, his series Oblivion Song. So I don't really know anything about this. Looks like a kind of upside down world thing going on. Literally bought it because of the name Robert Kirkman, who will be familiar to some of you. He is the creator and writer of The Walking Dead, sort of 150, 900, whatever, how many issues there were of The Walking Dead, and which is obviously now a series and has its own spin-offs. That's all Robert Kirkman. And this is another first 6 issues of his series, Oblivion Song, and I paid for this. I think I got these quite cheap, and I don't mind sampling like a new series. This is not a big read, but it's 6 issues. Instead of buying 6 issues, which go for about $3 or $4 each, often new comics, that I can get all 6 issues in a trade paperback, and if I like it, I can read more. But this, Robert Kirkman's Oblivion Song, this cost me £3.30, so I'm pretty happy with that, and that has a cover price of $9.99. So usually with new series, they do the first volume cheap. So I think you've seen with other graphic novels, they're like $14.99, $17.99, and this is $9.99 because it's number 1. When you get to number 2, it'll probably bump up in price to $14.99. So they like all good drug dealers, they try and hook you in with the first one cheap. But I figure, and I'm getting even less, whatever, £3, whatever I said it cost me. So happy with that. What else have we got? Please Do Not Bend. And this is like an envelope with a cardboard back. I think it's another graphic novel, I'm afraid. Let's see if I can open it without ruining anything. What is this? Oh, this is the other Kirkman one I got. So there were another series by, also good, I'm pleased that I managed to get these. This is the Outcast, which may be a sort of horror, horror series. So I'm not a big fan of horror, but I wanted to read some Kirkman. I haven't even read the whole of The Walking Dead. I think I've got the first 2 collections here. This is the Outcast, and I paid for this. Robert, come on, Robert. It was the same price to the Outcast. I paid £2.50, even as £2.50 posted for a graphic novel, which again $9.99 because it's the number 1. So willing to try new series, not high priority for me. These I'll bring to my friend, and whenever he comes out to Israel, he can bring them to me. But pleased to get them cheap. I think this is definitely a paperback because it's very, very easy packaging, and just one of these. If I can get into it. Very easy packaging. Like, the problem with this is it's so closely packaged, it's very hard to open without actually damaging the book. Okay, let's see if I've got to it. Okay, I wonder what this is. It's a paperback. It looks like an older. Oh, yeah, great. Around about November, December time, I was having an online argument with an old colleague of mine from 10, 15 years ago, who turns out has got incredibly right-wing, was a massive Trump supporter and a Netanyahu supporter. and which is very surprising to me because he was a really cool guy when we worked together. And he said, "Oh, you haven't even read this." And so I thought, well, I will, just to see what the hell he's talking about. Not because I'm sympathetic to his views, but because I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about whenever I talk to lunatics. So I don't know how this supports his views, but he recommended The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, which it's come a few years ago already, right? This is old news. 1 second, what's the publication date on this? I wish I could see anything. 2007. This has been a while, so not high priority for me, but I like a little bit of non-fiction. I don't even know what this is going to do for me. It's blurred on the back by Will Self, by Niall Ferguson, Boyd Tonkin, and then one of the authors of Freakonomics. So I don't know if you've read The Black Swan. If you know this, then let me know and I will get to it. And I paid for that. My pals is collapsing. £5.45. Sorry, that's a cover price of £8.99. Yeah, I don't want these books to collapse. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, this looks like a nice big hardback. Wow, look at the size of that. Okay, let's see. Also, Franken-packed. How do I get into this without turning the book? Let's just cut across the top and see if I can get that. Oh, it's not a big hardback. It's some paperbacks. Maybe some graphic novels again. Surprise, surprise. Okay, what do I got here? Oh, actually 3 graphic novels, or at least 2 comic books and a graphic novel. So I've got 2. I have no idea what this is, but I remember what happened. I've been wanting to read this for a while. This is Riyad Sattouf's The Arab and the Future. I think there are 3 volumes of this now, and this is a graphic novel. That came out. It was one of Guardian's best graphic books of 2015. So it's been on my radar for a long time and I wanted to read this. And he had a bunch of books for sale and I managed to negotiate a price for the 3 of them. So I think I paid £8 for this. It has a cover price of £18.99. So that was a great purchase. And then because I negotiated that, I got these 2. I have no idea what these are about. This is a series called They're Not Like Us. It's independent. It's from Image. So this is not DC or Marvel. This is Image Comics, which is probably probably still the 3rd biggest major comic book publisher. And this is a series called They're Not Like Us. And I now have 2 volumes of They're Not Like Us. No idea what this is about. Always interested in a new series. I don't know what the artwork's like. I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know what type of story this is. I have 2 volumes of it because I don't mind trying out a new thing. Not a high priority for me. The book I wanted was The Arab of the Future. So I think I paid £2 for each of these and £8 for The Arab of the Future, and he did a whole bundle. And that's the fun of buying on eBay, that you get to negotiate with people and offer a different price and try and get them to reduce the amount of postage. I'm having a blast with eBay. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, I think I know what this is just from the side of it. And this is another in the series, one of the first books I ever reviewed on my BookTube channel, and it's an author we've already seen today from his other series, Giant Days, and this is the 3rd volume of Bad Machinery. So this, again, if you remember, I reviewed volume 2, or I did it in one of my Friday reads, and this is volume 3, and also John Allison. So let's see how much I paid for this. It wasn't so expensive. The others are hard to track down. So I paid £6.34 for this, and it's got a price on the back of £14.99 or $19.99. And I paid £6.34. It's hard. There's 7 or 8 volumes of this, and this is now my 3rd. The others are hard to find at good prices. So I was happy to pick this up. A great eBay purchase, and I love these. I love oddly shaped books for some reason, because this is originally a web comic, that's why it's all that shape. But the first 2 were quite endearing, and so looking forward to this. Where am I going to put this? Okay, what else is up? We've got this. Oh, again, I've shown you my address. Do not bend, it says. So I'm guessing this is another graphic novel. I knew I had a lot here. I didn't realise quite how many I bought. Flipping either. What is this one? Oh, and it comes bubble wrapped. Oh, I think this is another. Oh, I have bought a lot of stuff that was not essential. This is another example. I bought the first 2 volumes in a series I know nothing about. These are also Image books, and this is Die is the name of the series. This is Volume 1, Fantasy Heartbreaker, and Volume 2, Split the Party. And the writer is, I think his name is Kieran Gillen. And I think I read something else by him, but which I didn't. I don't know why I bought these. I can't tell you. This is boredom, sitting in front of a computer and saying, "Oh, he's selling that for a good price. I might as well buy it." So I bought these for £5 each, 2 for £10, including postage, which is a bit much. When you think about it, one of them has a cover price. So Volume 1, let's have a look at the difference in the cover price. Yes, Volume 1 has a cover price of $9.99 and Volume 2 $14.99. So exactly what I was telling you, what I mentioned about the way they price these things. 2 volumes of Die. I think there's a third. So this is, and 5 issues in each. So these are collections of the first 5 and then the second 5. I don't know why. I can't justify that. It's a nightmare. Okay, that's where the sickness really hits. Nothing else there. Piece of card. Recycling. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, something little from World of Books. This feels like a paperback. I wonder what paperback it could be. Let's get in and find out. Back on the scissors. Nope. Okay, now you start to do what I mean. But my scissors are crap on it. I really hope I have the energy to edit these, so you don't have to watch a man being unable to operate a pair of scissors. Oh, this was spoken about a lot at the beginning of the year. I think Mark Nash read this and a bunch of other people read this. This is Barn 8 by Deborah Olin Unferth. So how much did I pay for Barn 8? £6.29, and this has a cover price of £9.99. So I think this was still out in hardback, or maybe it only ever came out in paperback in the UK. I don't know. Barn 8 is about chickens, a novel. Makes a change from all the comic books. That looks kind of fun. I heard good things about it. Looking forward to doing that. What else? Another one. Please Do Not Bend. Some more graphic novels. I really, really seem to have gone nuts. I did promise at the end of all this, when I finish all 140 books in this haul, that I will tell you how much all 140 books cost me, and I'll tell you the average cost per book. Another graphic novel, this time this is a collection from Kevin Smith and his work on Daredevil, so it's Marvel Presents Daredevil Visionaries, and this is artwork by Joe Quesada, who I like. I met him many years ago. He came to London. This is before, he's now, I don't know what his actual title is, but I think it might be editor-in-chief at Marvel Comics. So he's a big shot. He started off as a really interesting artist. His faces always have, mouths always have, not dribble, but something, whenever they open their mouths, there's always something, sort of some spit connected them. Anyway, I quite like his artwork, and I got some signed comics from him. I'm going back almost 30 years. He did an issue for DC called The Ray. This is before he I think was the co-creator of Azrael, who was a sort of Batman ally / enemy / ally again. Anyway, this is a series that I love. Kevin Smith and his movies. He's done a lot of comic book work, and Kevin Smith and Quesada together with Jimmy Palmiotti, I think, who has done a lot of inking over Quesada. So yeah, I wouldn't give this a go. Not a big priority. I don't know how many issues this cheapo eBay purchase. Let's see how much I paid for Kevin Smith's. £5.19 for that, and with a cover price of $19.95. Not essential by any stretch. Okay, what is this? This is really short and must be a graphic novel as well. I'm really starting to annoy myself. Again, man fails to use scissors intelligently. No. There we go. This is the Goon. Lovely. I love the Goon. And I managed to pick up another one of these automatically in there. So this is the Goon Volume 2. So I started with Volume 0. So this is my third Goon collection by Eric Powell. Goon 2, My Murderous Childhood and Other Grievous Yarns. And I think I've spoken a little bit about the Goon style. It's kind of inessential, but funny and macabre and good. And these are hard to find secondhand. Even though this has a cover price of $13.95, you don't often find them below cover price, which is where I like to be. So Eric Powell's The Goon cost me This was £3.57. So that's exactly where I want to be for a graphic novel, rather than paying £10 or $15, whatever it is. So that's volume 2. I'm not actively looking for more because I genuinely don't find them at cheap prices. But if I ever do come across number 3, then I might go for it. Okay. This feels like the size is graphic novel size, but it's a thicker one. I don't know what this is. Oh, wow. Okay. And no reason to read this at all. And again, this was just an eBay purchase. This is I thought this was by Nick Spencer, but it may be by lots of different artists. It's an Avengers thing. I don't even know what this is. Avengers Standup. It's big. So this collects Avengers Standoff, Welcome to Pleasant Hill, Avengers Standoff. There's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different, written by Nick Spencer, written by a bunch of people, including Nick Spencer, and this is 16 different issues. I buy by writer, and this has got lots of different writers. I don't know where I'm going to file this. I don't know when I'm going to read this. Not really essential at all. Don't know why I did this. Let's see how much I paid for it. Hopefully not much. Oh, God, this is turning into a nightmare. £4.50. Oh, I'm happy with that. £4.50, cover price $34.99. I'm very happy. Now I'm all over again. £4.50 for a $35 book. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Thank you. Okay, what's it? This is a box, but it's got my wife's name on it. I have no idea. Should we open it? Is that weird to open something that's addressed to my wife? Let's see. I've got to bring it back now. I don't know, no idea what this is. It could be some contact lens stuff. It's like super interesting. But she might kill me, so I'm just going to have a look at it, see what it is first. Oh, it's wrapped very nicely. Okay, I'm not going to show you what the product is, but people who understand what I'm about to show you will understand, and then I'm going to leave it there. This is my wife's thing, but this is the brand. Again, if this means nothing to you, forget you ever saw this, but it's a nice interlude. Let's put that away for my lovely wife. Okay, a great read, great books at great prices. No, this feels like a solid hardback. This is like a proper, really good bit of packaging. Oh, there's a bugger to open. I'm supposed to be able to pull that. Oh no, maybe I pull that. Pull the wrong side. Okay, one of these great, fantastic mailers where you just pull the whole thing open and then it opens up. Let's see what is inside. This is a book no one has spoken about on BookTube. I was so excited when I heard this was coming out, and I paid through the nose for it. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I paid for this book. I paid as much as I pay for a new book. And I've already, since I bought this fairly close to publication. Granted, I bought it on eBay, but I paid for this £12 and 4p. That's, as I say, that's the top range of what I'm going to pay for a book. The problem here is I've already seen this book going for much less, brand new in hardback, because it just wasn't. That's Herb Albert playing on my mum's laptop in the other room. Sorry about that. I'm going on anyway. So what am I talking about? This is. Oh, it's much smaller than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of interesting. I thought it was going to be a normal sort of big size. This is Michiko Kakutani's Ex Libris, 100 books to read and reread. For those who don't know, Michiko Kakutani, I don't know if I'm saying that right, her name right, was the book's editor at. I'm just going to go and ask my mum to turn that down. Yeah, sorry about that. My mum is on a Zoom call with a bunch of her friends, and they do Desert Island Discs, and my mum was the star of it a few weeks ago, and we all tuned in and watched her pick 8 songs, and someone else is on tonight, and they've picked, is that Spanish Flea? I don't know what song that is by Herb Alpert, who I love Herb Alpert, but it's particularly busy. Anyway, she was the books editor of the New York Times, a very brilliant critic, who's left the Post after many years, only recently, and she's put out this book, which is right up my street as someone who loves reading, where she talks about 100 books. There are, one second, let me find. There are some great illustrations. This is just an illustration for Underworld by Don DeLillo. I'll give you examples of some of the other books that she writes about. There's some Atonement by Ian McEwan is one of the books that she writes about. She writes about just lots of essays about readers, the collected stories of Deborah Eisenberg, no image there, Ros Chaste, Robert A. Caro, I'm saying his name right, and just books about books. This is fictions by Jorge Luis Borges. I don't know how to pronounce anything. I was really excited about this. I spent £12 and 5p on it, and now it's going for like £6-7 already, still in this beautiful hardback. So it's a small size hardback, it's not a full size. I'm just really excited to read this. No one else has spoken about it on BookTube. If you like books, I think you should have heard of Kakutani and read her reviews. And if you like books about books, this is right in the sweet spot. So, if this is the first time you're seeing this and you're interested in it, I don't know, maybe it turns out it's rubbish, but I haven't seen anybody mention this or get excited about it the way I was when it came out. It's been sitting here at my mum's for 6 months. It's kind of already out of fashion, but I'm still kind of excited to read it. Okie dokie, recycling. What have we got here? This is someone's recycled an Amazon package, making it almost impossible for me to get into it, which is super painful. So, what the heck is this? Can't tell. What does that mean? That's peek through. There's a panda with eye. This is exciting. This is a new way of. I have no idea. Anyone can tell what this book is already? I can't. Oh, I think I do know what it is. The reviews of this I don't think have been kind. I read this author's first novel and didn't love it, and then I met her. She came to the Jerusalem International Writers Festival a couple of years ago, and she was so charming and self-effacing that I had to readdress my unliking of her first book, or not, her book before this, for you. And then I just bought this. So this is Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. I've got a signed copy of her book because she signed it for me, even though I didn't like it. I still bought it, and she signed it, which just makes me a very bad human being. But I thought I'd read more of her. Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. How much did I pay for Little Eyes? I think £8 if I'm remembering. Let's see if I remember. Samantha Schweblin, £8 and 10p. And this was a £14.99 brand new hardback. So probably not urgent, but I like to give an author a second chance, especially when I met her and she was really interesting and as I say, self-deprecating in a way that I quite admire in people. What else? Oh, this feels very thick. Is this one book? This is like no, this is two. I can't believe it's 2 books. This is from World of Books. I think this is another eBay purchase. No, I cannot work scissors. Okay, here we go. Two paperbacks here. Oh, good. Okay, interesting. First up, 2 completely different types of papers. First up is lovely Penguin Modern Classics, the sort of mint green, slightly beaten up at the bottom, but I don't mind, I get the second. The Hal, Kaddish, and Other Poems by Ginsberg. I haven't read any Ginsberg, but it's a name that's always been in my head, and then I like that Trial of Chicago 7. He sort of wanders on screen for a little bit, and the fact that one of his poems is called Kaddish is kind of interesting to me. So that is what that is. I never read Hal. This has got a coffee, big stain around there. I don't mind getting secondhand books. How much did I pay for Allen Ginsberg's this? I paid £5 and 42p for this. And then this is a big, thick non-fiction, Dan Ariely, who's an Israeli, I don't know what you call him, a psychologist, social scientist, who has done lots of work on how the mind works and predicts things and how we're irrational. And I'm just getting that from the title, Predictably Irrational. I've heard great things about Dan Ariely. I don't know if this is his first book. He's got a few books. I never read him, and I thought I should, not just because he's Israeli, but because he's like a super interesting man. So I guess half a level below Kahneman in that kind of world. If you see Dan Ariely, is a sort of odd appearance. He has a beard on half his face, and it looks like someone is doing some kind of stunt. In fact, the other half of his face was has suffered tremendous burns, a war injury. I believe. I shouldn't speak out of turn, but the point is, the one side of his face, he cannot grow a beard, and so, but he has a beard, and it sort of literally split down the middle. I don't see how that should impact, why I'm talking about what a person looks like should have an impact in your decision to read or not read his book. So I apologise for if that's offensive. It's just interesting when you see him, you're a bit taken aback. Anyway, stop talking, Daniel. Particularly Irrational by Dan Ariely. Looking forward to that, non-fiction. Okay. Oh, this is a very thin little one, so this must be a thin paperback. Let's see. How do I even get into some bloody hell? I am the worst at opening packages. Flippin' Ada. Oh, what is this? Okay, interesting one, because I've never read any Georges Simenon. Again, I think Brian at Bookish has read a few of these Maigret books, but another project that I've taken on for myself is to read Maigret. These are originally in French. Maigret is a French detective created by Georges Simenon, and this is the first of 40 or 50 novels, whatever you want to call them, featuring Maigret. So I actually bought, this is a new Penguin, this is the latest version of the reprints of Simenon. I've got the second one somewhere in here as well. So this is the first one. I got this at a good price, I believe. Lovely big print, lovely sort of nice new Penguin. So this is retail, how much is it? So this was new, £6.99, which is quite cheap for a new paperback. I paid for this £4, which I think is a good entry-level price for a paperback. And these stories are 160 pages, so I just wolfed that down, and I've got the first 2 of these. If I like them, I will collect the rest of the Maigrets over time and intersperse them with my other reading. Okay. This is big and weird shaped, but very light. I wonder what this is. I've got no way of knowing how to possibly get into this. This is why people don't do book unholdings, because they are so dull. Man struggles with scissors. I mean, it is a bit like, I haven't celebrated Christmas, but it is a bit like Christmas, which is all the presents we want. It's what we imagine Christmas must be like. God. Now, I'm still not in there. Okay, 1 second. Let's have all this for another graphic novel. I know what this is. Recycling. This is another. It's still absolutely impenetrable. In a second, I'm going to tell you how much this book cost me. And you tell me if you think this person is overkill on the amount of packaging he's done. I'm definitely going to take a break after this one. Okay. This is, Volume 6 of Brian K. Vaughan's saga, and I'm just picking these up when I can in these trade paperbacks, and I don't know what number they're up to now, but each one of them has been fun. I've reviewed a couple, I think, on the channel, and this is one of the ones that I need to get. So Brian K. Vaughan Saga Volume 6 cost me £6.89, and the cover price is $14.99, so that's best part of a 10 quid. It must be new here, 10 or 11 quid. I don't know how much they sell trades for in the UK, but I think £6.89 is probably upper limit for what I want to be spending. But because I've enjoyed the series, I don't mind spending that for later volumes. The first few volumes, what happens is that they get lower print runs for the later volumes because people drop out, so they're harder to find cheaper. Whereas the first couple of volumes, which had big print runs trying to get people into the series, are much more printed. There's many more of them out there, and so you find them for £2, £3, £4 on eBay. But later ones, if you really want to keep up with the series, you're either buying them new for £10, £11, or buying them secondhand for £6, £7. This is pretty good for if this is. I don't think this has been read. I've bought secondhand graphic novels in much worse condition than this, so I'm okay with that. Saga Volume 6. I think we need to take another break. It's another 30 minutes. Absolutely nuts. I'm going to have some water. I'm going to stop this, and we'll come back with part 3 of BookTubes. biggest ever book haul. Take care.